So in the first model, we have one question followed by two statements. One question followed by two statements. So we are finding whether the data in statement one alone sufficient or two alone sufficient. Okay, and alone both together, alone both are sufficient, and both together are sufficient, together not sufficient. So there are five options. Those are all predefined options, and you no need to remember those options, because in an examination, question statements followed by five options will be given, and option says that one alone sufficient, two alone sufficient, something like that. So you can easily get the answer for the question there. But when it comes to the second model, so in a second model, this is the kind of a question. So here, for every question, the options will be different. For every question, the options will be different. But in a first model, for every question, the option will be the same. Okay, for every question, option will be the same. But for the second model, so this is for high level paid companies. So high paid companies, you will get the questions like this. But most of the cases, if 100 exams we written, if 100 companies comes to our campus, 70 to 80 companies will ask for the first model. The remaining 20 to 30% companies ask for the second model like this. Okay, so anyhow, we have to discuss this. Okay, now you have to tell me the answer for the question. It's not about the answer. Options are there. Only 1 and 2 sufficient. Only 2 and 3 sufficient. All 3 are sufficient. Some options are there, no? So you have to tell me the option for the question. Be clear. It's not about answer. It's all about. So here, previously what we did, we read the question and we started solving the statement. But for this kind of a question, I suggest you to do this method. Like, first read the options. First read the options and solve from the options. Which means, first option A says only 1 and 2. Option A says only 1 and 2, no? So try 1 and 2. Try with 1 and 2. So no need to solve independently here, because the options are like that. So no need to solve independently. Solve option A is 1 and 2, means combined. 1 and 2 combined, will you get the answer or not? Next, B means 2 and 3. By checking 2 and 3, will you get the answer or not? Now C means all 3 combined. If when you combine all 3, when you get the answer or not? So D means only 1, either 2 or 3. Now what's it? What's the D option indicates? What D option indicates? Can anybody elaborate? D indicates what? So D indicates, very good, Rajesh. D indicates, so either 1 and 2 or either 1 and 3. Very good, guys. Either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. So when you want to pick D as the answer, you have to try 1 and 2 and 1 and 3. So if 1 and 2, 1 and 3 are sufficient, then the option is D. Now you have to tell me, it's your choice whether you pick A as the answer or B or C or D. So I suggest you one thing, that is try to eliminate the options. So try to eliminate the options. So how do we eliminate the options? By checking only. Okay. So none of the ways are possible. You have to check the options. That is only the one way we have. Okay. This may take time, but you have to try it. There is no alternative for this. Okay. Now, I just want to check first C. Why? Because in C, if you want to pick C, all 3 are required. Okay. Now, if all 3 are required, then I will go with C. And D means what? Either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. Okay. Now, so what's the difference between C and D? In C says 1, 2, and 3. When you combine these 3, then only we'll get the answer. Okay. Now, I'm solving A first. Only 1 and 2. So what's a code for the date? So D code is $. Okay. So I'm finding the code for the date. So D code is $. Fine. From the first one, I'm getting that. And from the first one only, I can get E code. E code is what? Hash. Okay, I can get that also. and A code. A code is what? At the rate. I can get that also. And here we don't have a T. Now, but the first option says 1 and 2. So when you combine these two, if you combine these two, then you will get the code for T. What's the code for T? Percentage. Okay. So 1 and 2 are sufficient. In the examination, what we'll do, if 1 and 2 are sufficient, then we'll go with A. But be clear, A says 1 and 2 and D also says 1 and 2. So that's why I asked you to concentrate on the options. Okay. So here answer may be either answer may be either A or either D. Okay. So C will be eliminated. Why? Because without helping the statement 3, without taking the help of 3, we can get the answer. So C says all 3 are required. It's not required. No. So 1 and 2 also will get it answer. And B also eliminated. B says only 2 and 3 are required. But I can get the answer from 1 and 2. Okay, I can get the answer from 1 and 2. So this is also eliminated. So answer may be either A or D. If not, then we'll go with B. Now, what is D says? Now I want to find out either A or D. So D says 1 and 2. A says 1 and 2. Now I have a confusion, A or D. Now I am trying 1 and 3. So if you try 1 and 3, still will get the answer for a date or not. So DATA. So D code is dollar from the first statement. E code is what? Hash. That's clear. And A code is at the rate. And T code we need to find out. See, in the third one also T code is given like percentage. Okay. So 1 and 3 also sufficient. So answer for this question is D. So option for the question is D. It's not A. It's not A. It is D. Clear, guys? Now I'm moving to the next question. There are 40 students there in the class. It clearly says there are 40 students in the class, and the statement 1 says Suman is 3 ranks below Deepak, and the second, Deepak rank from the bottom is 23rd, and Deepak is 3 ranks above the Suman. And one more thing, when the question is dealing with rankings, the first thing we have to know is we have to find out the relation from top to bottom. So if we have a relation from top to bottom, then we can easily find out the answer. Whether it can be 100 or 1000 or it can be 50 or 60, but we have to find a relation. Okay, we have some connection between a top and bottom. If we have a connection between top and bottom, then we can easily say the answer for the question. Okay, now, so the option B says 1 and 2, option C says 2 and 3, and option D says 1, 2 and 3, and option E says 2 and 1 or 2 and 3. Okay, these are the options given. Okay, now I'm trying 1 and 2 first. If I'm trying 1 and 2, maybe I can eliminate some options here. So Suman rank is 3 ranks below Deepak. So Suman is 3 ranks below Deepak, 3 ranks. And Deepak rank is from the bottom 23rd. From the bottom he is 23rd, and there are 40 students are there in the class. So total 40 students are there in the class. If 40 students are there, can we find Deepak's rank from Suman's rank from the top? Yes, we can find it. So only 2 and 3 are sufficient. Sorry, 1 and 2 are sufficient. So 1 and 2 are sufficient means maybe E is the answer, or maybe C is the answer. Now I'll go with 2 and 3. 2 and 3 will get the answer or not. Deepak rank from the bottom is 23rd. So Deepak rank from the bottom is 23rd. And 3 says Deepak is 3 ranks above the Suman. Okay, Deepak is 3 ranks above the Suman. Sorry, Deepak is 3 ranks above the Suman. Okay. So here is the Suman, and still we can get the answer for the question because we have a 40 students are there. So 2 and 3 is also sufficient. Okay, answer can be either C. Now C, we cannot pick B as the answer because when you pick B as the answer, only 1 and 2 are sufficient. But here 2 and 3 are also sufficient, no? So we cannot pick B. And one more thing, when you pick C, if you pick C, only 2 and 3 are sufficient. But 1 and 2 also sufficient. So C is also eliminated. Now D is eliminated because we don't require 3 options. We no need to require 3 statements because any of the 2 is sufficient. Now what's the difference between A and E? Now how do you decide The answer is A or E. How do you decide, guys? The option is A or E. You have to tell me. See, as of now, I have a confusion between A and E. Now you have to tell me. Very good, Rajesh. See, any of these two, any two of these means either 1 and 2, next either 2 and 3, very good. Next either 1 and 3. So these three we have to try. Okay, these three we have to try. So if it is possible with these three combinations, then we will go with A as the answer. Now, as of now, 1 and 2 are sufficient, very clear. 2 and 3 are sufficient, very clear. Now we have to check 1 and 3. Okay, very good. We have to check 1 and 3. If from this also, if you get the answer, then the answer is A. Now, if you solve 1 and 3, what you will get? Nothing you will get, because 1 says Suman is 3 ranks below Deepak, and 3 says Deepak is 3 rank above Suman. So both are giving the same thing. It doesn't give you any information from the bottom. So 1 and 3 are not sufficient. So if 1 and 3 are not sufficient, then we can eliminate A as the answer. So only the answer is E. Very good, guys. Super guys. So answer for the question is E. Next. Try this. Four subjects. First, I'm going with options. That is only one. It's option A. Either one only or only two. That is option B. And option C says only two. And option D says 2 and 3. And option C says none of this. Now the question here is, four subjects, physics, chemistry, math, and biology were taught in 4 consecutive periods. Consecutive means one after the other. 1 hour of each, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. At what time was the chemistry period was scheduled? So we need to find out the chemistry period time. Now the first statement says mathematics period ended at 10 a.m. So if mathematics period ended at 10 a.m., which means the time will be 9 to 10. The time will be 9 to 10, which was preceded by biology. Preceded means math is before than biology. So biology will be 10 to 11, obviously. So the first information says math class is 9 to 10 and biology class is 10 to 1. Now there is no information about chemistry. Either chemistry may be 11 and 12 or maybe 8 and 1. So 1 alone is not sufficient. So we'll eliminate B. Okay. Now try with the second one. Second one says physics was scheduled in the last period. So if the physics was scheduled in the last period, the time will be 11 to 12. Okay. So the before 3 classes, there is no information. So only 2 is not sufficient. Now, either 1 or only 2, that is also, for example, now I'll go with the remaining option, which is 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 says what? Physics was scheduled before the last period, which is 11 and 12. Mathematics period was immediately followed by chemistry. Now, most of you get confused. Why can't be D as the answer? So here physics is 11 to 12. 11 to 12. Mathematics was immediately followed by chemistry. So if mathematics is 8 to 9, mathematics period was immediately, sorry, 8 to 9 it is not possible. So chemistry is 8 to 9, mathematics will be 9 to 10. This is one possible case. And one more possible, chemistry is 9 to 10, mathematics will be 10 to 11. So there are 2 possible cases we'll get from the D. So there is no information about math class time. So D is the answer. Now I'll go combine everything. If I'm combining everything, I'll get the answer or not. So first information says mathematics ended at 9 to 10 and biology at 10 to 11. And 2 says physics was scheduled at the last period. So if the physics was scheduled at the last period, 11 to 12, see 4 subjects, 3 subjects, times are very clear. So obviously chemistry will be what? 8 to 9. So only 1 and 2 is sufficient. So combining 1 and 2 are sufficient. So combining 1 and 2 are sufficient to get the answer, but that is not there in the options. So the option is C. So the option is C. Hope I am clear, guys. Is there any doubts in this? Is there any doubts in this, guys? Okay. So thank you so much. This is the end of the class. So hope you all subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon for the daily notification. So daily I'll upload something, maybe daily or day after daily. Okay. So thank you so much, guys.